This set dips into the inky origins of Floodborne glimmers. The 6 magical inks, Amber, Amethyst, Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, and Steel, were released in a mixed-up chaotic form, resulting in a mysterious flood which damaged the Greater Luminary. When Storyborn or Dreamborn glimmers encounter this mixed ink, they surge with a power that changes them, transforming them into Floodborne glimmers. As the magical ink poured out of the Illuminary, treasured lore went with it, including King Triton's powerful trident. Hello and welcome back to Lorcana Villain. My name is Baker and it is an exciting day for the Lorcana community as we have finally started to see some of the reveals from the next set, the second chapter. Yes, it is called Rise of the Floodborne. This was rumoured the other day. There was also a story that was going around the community, I think about a week ago, that I think if it was a French store, had put pre-orders for stuff to do with second chapter of Lorcana. So we got a little bit of information. I personally didn't really consider it enough to make a whole news video out of it. But now that we have a lot more information, I feel like the time has come. So yeah, we did it. We knew about a couple of these things, but there's a lot of information here to go over. So most of this information comes from the official Disney Lorcana website as well. So this is all as legit as it gets. And yes, it seems that Floodborne is going to be the theme of this set, and they're looking to continue telling the story, which I really like as a gimmick to go along with it. And my God, do we have some incredible artwork and some real power creep from these cards. I'm not going to read every piece of information on here, but I am going to mention this. Disney Lorcana Rise of the Floodborne features more than 200 cards with brand new artwork. Fan favorites like Winnie the Pooh and Tiana will appear for the first time, while 6 additional Disney stories join the game's lineup. And I am so excited for one of these in particular. So we've got coming up Snow White and the 7 Dwarves, which, you know, I'm so used to being disappointed whenever I see that, because I just think of the upcoming movie with whatever her name, Zegla or whoever the woman is that's playing her that hates the character she's playing. But nonetheless, we've got some Pinocchio coming, which I'm very excited for. I really hope we get the fox. I can't remember his name. The hi diddly dee, an actor's life for me. I really like him. We're getting Zootopia. Not gonna lie, haven't seen it. I do apologise. But we are getting one of my favourite Disney films of all time, The Great Mouse Detective, or its real name, Basil, The Great Mouse Detective, which is one of my favourite Disney films of all time. It's up there with like Treasure Planet and Hunchback of Notre Dame. Those are like my 3 favourites, and then just all the villains. Scar and Jafar are probably my main ones, but Ratigan from Basil the Great Mouse Detective is such a good character, such a great song. So I really hope we get a Ratigan card, and of course, he's of Baker Street. Well, not him, Basil of Baker Street. But yeah, really excited to see some Great Mouse Detective. We've got some Jungle Book coming, which is very excited as well. And Raya and the Last Dragon, which is another one I'm really sorry I haven't seen it. My bad. But yeah, lots of exciting things to come. We're also getting a new keyword, and this will come up when we go over the cards that have been announced. But yes, the resist keyword indicates how much additional damage characters may be able to withstand. For example, resist +2 on a character would mean any damage dealt to them is reduced by 2. So we knew we were going to get more keywords, so this is great to see. Here's some artwork of the actual box for Rise of the Floodborne. Very nice, and we can see we've got another beast coming, which is good to see. We've also got the Queen of Hearts, which is Alice in Wonderland. It's not one of my favourite Disney films. I really like the Disney film, but it's just very sentimental. If you're new to my videos, then you wouldn't have seen my entire tattoo sleeve is Alice in Wonderland. It's just very sentimental to me. It's the first book that my granddad ever read me, or at least I can remember him reading me. And he used to put on voices for all the characters, and like it was mind blowing to me. And it's kind of what got me down my career path of wanting to be an actor and a performer. So Alice in Wonderland has a great sentimental significance to me. So great to see the Queen of Hearts here. And then we've got Tiana and Merlin, who we are going to be able to get a chance to see those cards. We've got a couple of new starter decks being released, which looks to be, I don't know what these colours are yet, but these cards have all been shown, and we're going to look at them in a minute. So yeah, a couple of nice starter decks, beautiful art, love that. And then a couple of play mats. Now this is one of the things that was leaked about a week ago, that it was confirmed we were getting a Winnie the Pooh and a Beast playmat, and I think there's one more that was announced as well. I may be wrong. And I was like, oh yeah, getting the Pooh one sounds pretty cool. It depends what it looks like. But my god, if this is not the most incredible art I have ever seen, my man is rocking that Dark Magician gimmick. I'm all about it. Next up, we've got another gift set coming. This is very interesting, actually, because it looks to be similar to, we got the gift set with the Mulan and the Hades card. This looks similar, or at least the box is obviously the same sort of layout, but this is different in its contents, unless there's more other than what's being shown in this box. But this box just seems to be showing basically enchanted versions of some cards. I did make the call very early that I imagined that future sets we would get enchanted versions of some cards from previous sets that were like really strong. None of the ones that they've chosen here are ones that I would have predicted, but nonetheless, there's some great. We got this genie, not genie on the job, the other genie that was in set 1. We're getting another version of that, an enchanted version. We're getting the enchanted version of the Mickey Mouse, which is in this set, and we'll take a look at soon, as well as the Elsa, which is in this set, and we'll take a look at soon. And then from the previous set, we're getting the Stitch, one of the Maleficents, the 3/6 3 Pip, and the 8/8 Maui from Steel. And yeah, really like these artworks as well. They're like definitely a more cartoon, like obviously I know it's all cartoon, but you get my point. It's very cartoon. I'm sure there's a specific word for it. Tell me in the comments what the style of that artwork is actually, but yeah, really like it. And this is a much cheaper way for people to be able to pick up some enchanted, and more so, I personally don't see myself, I haven't opened an enchanted yet. I'm praying for it. I'm praying. But I don't see myself ever playing with them. Like, I'm not even playing with, like, I've played 2 leagues, and I won't even play with my foils if I can avoid it. Like, I only had 2 magic mirrors, and one of them was foil, and yesterday I managed to trade for another one so I could swap the foil out. And because I'm a very aggressive card player, the way I shuffle and flip my cards and shuffle my hand and the way I place them, I'm a very aggressive card player. Not to the opponent, just in the way I don't treat my cards with as much respect as I probably should. But for that reason, I try and go lowest rarities. But yeah, so it's really nice to see that they are cheaper ways of picking up these really fancy artworks, so that's great to see. Really nice addition to just things that you can buy and add to your collection. Okay, so that's basically all the information that we've got concerning like product that's coming, etc. Oh, except for it's being released at local game stores on the 17th of November and mainstream on the 1st of December. So yeah, it's creeping up on us nice and quickly, but we have had some cards actually revealed, so let's take a look. First of all, my man, the Honey Wizard, Winnie the Pooh, Dreamborn Hero Sorcerer, 5-cost inkable with 5/5. He'd always felt a kinship with Honey. They were both golden and sweet and likely to end up in sticky situations. 2 lore pips. This is like the best art. This is such a based opinion, I think, but look at this art. Absolutely amazing. I'm such a fan. 5. It's nothing spectacular at the moment. Again, it's a hero and a sorcerer, which, you know, as time goes on, those keywords, those characteristics, sorry, may become more important. But yeah, this is perfectly fine. You know, I would have liked to have seen at least 6 health because it's so important to hit 5, so I don't feel like Winnie survives that much, but such a great card. And again, you know, if we get a Pooh that can shift onto him, or again just support for heroes and sorcerers, then who knows, maybe it sees play. I don't think it sees play at the moment, but again, we've only been revealed like a small part of this set, so who knows. Next up, we've got another Mickey Mouse friendly face. Aww. 6-cost inkable storyboard hero, 1/6, which we like to see. Nice big bulky 6. 3 lore pips. Come on in, there's lots to explore. Huh? And the Glad You're Here ability. Whenever this character quests, you pay 3 less ink for the next character you play this turn. This is pretty good. Yeah, I definitely see this seeing play. This allows you to just get like from turn 7 essentially, you can just get so much more board pressure. And if your opponent hasn't got answers, then you know, it just goes in with the whole aggro style. So really nice. I can see this seeing play 100%. Next up, we've got Zero to Hero. This is a song that I mentioned specifically as one that I do hope that we get. Shout out to David, who I was talking to about this, and he suggested Zero to Hero card should let you get a hero from your deck. Maybe with a specific cost or something, but I thought that was a good idea. Unfortunately, that's not what this does, but we do get the song. Action song, 2 cost, uninkable. A character with 2 or more can exert to sing it for free. Count the number of characters you have in play. You pay that amount of ink less for the next character you play this turn. Again, like, even if you play this turn 4 and you've already got 3 characters out on the board, like, you start your turn 4 with 3 characters on the board, you play this, and then you're playing 3 less already. That's pretty good. And again, even late game, like if you've got and again, this is what aggro wants to do. It wants to flood the field. So yeah, I can see this seeing play and being pretty good. Yeah, Zero Hero is one to look out for. We've got another Elsa, Gloves Off. Storyborn Hero Queen Sorcerer, 4 cost inkable with 3/4. The power of ice may not stop the flood, but it will help protect Lorcana. And my girl has Challenger 3. While challenging, this character gets +3. So she's a 6/4 if she's challenging, which isn't bad for a 4 cost. And again, I said about how I feel like the set 1 was very much defined about hitting 5 it was like, again, hitting even higher than 5 is important as well for some cards, but hitting 5 hits a lot of the meta. We're starting to see more 6 willpower cards creep into decks specifically for that reason. We're getting more in this set, so hitting 6 is probably going to become much more relevant in the next set, just from the well, again, we need to see some more of the cards with 6 willpower. We've already seen one with Mickey, but yeah, being able to hit 6 from turn 4 to turn 5 is pretty strong. So yeah, love to see it. And again, it's another Elsa that you can shift onto. I don't know if maybe you would play both. It depends what sort of style of deck you're going for overall, because, you know, there's 3 Elsas we have at the moment, and although one of them's in red. Sorry, when I say 3, I'm including this one. Even that's wrong. I'm talking about, like, baby ones that you would shift onto. Words are hard. It's very early. But yeah, I can see Elsa seeing play. Next up, we've got Merlin, Shapeshifter. 4 cost inkable. Fantastic art. Storyborn Mentor Sorcerer with 1/5. 1 lore pip. Oh, blast, I can't make up my mind. And the Battle of Wits. Whenever one of your other characters is returned to your hand from play, this character gets +1 lore this turn. Less relevant, but you could Mother Knows Best your own card back to your hand and then do it that way, but much more likely is this is going to be played with Brooms and Mickey. So I figured we would get more Broom support. This alone, at the moment, isn't enough for me to say, okay, now Brooms is a flushed out archetype, because it still isn't, because like it takes a lot to be able to get multiple Brooms returned to your hand. Like, it can happen, especially if you're late game and you've built up a lot of ink and you've got pocket watches out so that you can have a Mickey on the field, challenge into one of their characters that survives the hit with your Broom, put it back to your hand, and you can cycle it that way. So being able to do that, you could potentially get this up to 2, 3, 4 lore pips. At the moment, without some more cards to see to help this, I still don't think this is great, but who knows, as we get more cards revealed from the set, maybe this just gets better and better, but great artwork. Next up, we've got the Sorcerer's Spellbook. I'm not happy about this card. 3 cost, uninkable. Thank the Lord. Illumineers seek the power of knowledge, but must be aware of the price. And the ability Knowledge. Exert, pay 1, gain 1 lore. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, I'm not saying I think this card is, like, powerfully, massively broken or overpowered. But I don't know. It was inevitable we were going to start getting these sort of cards, really. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Like, it's quite good. It's good, like, but again, it's quite a high roll card. Like, sometimes it's just with that 3 cost uninkable and the amount of uninkables that Amethist already wants to play. Maybe this may not even take up one of your slots purely because it's a bit too high roll. But again, it also is one of those things where other decks now need to really consider item removal. because this alone could just, even if you keep pace with your opponent and like you're going up in lore and board state trading turn by turn quite fairly, if you've got this, you're just going to naturally outpace. So yeah, I'm really not a fan of like, it's not that I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it's good. I think it's all right. I don't think it's broken or overpowered, but I think it's gonna allow for some really cheesy plays. But there you go, we have it. Next up we got Rhea, Warrior of Commandra. I think that's how you say it. Storyborn Hero Princess, 4-cost inkable, 5/3, so nice to be hitting that 5 for a 4-cost. My bar dreams of a united Commandra. I fight to honor that dream. 1 lore pip, nothing massively special. You know, hitting 5 for 4-cost is all right. Yeah, but yeah. I don't think there's anything too special about this card, but hey, I'm just excited to see new cards. This one I am very excited for. Ruby Amethyst players will be, well, Ruby will be very glad to see that we have some card draw. 4-cost uninkable, Dinner Bell. It's an item. The delicate sound of impending doom. You know what happens. Exert, pay 2. Draw cards equal to the damage on chosen character of yours. Then banish them. Love it. Turn 5 Maui. If they can't take it out and you've taken 4 or 5 damage, next turn. Love this. Such a big fan of this. Literal. Thank you for giving Ruby some card draw. Yeah, this is very good. Next up, we got Tiana, Celebrating Princess. 4-cost uninkable with 1/4. And the resist ability. I think this is the first card in this set that's been revealed with resist. So the new keyword, damage dealt to this character is reduced by 2. So yeah, great new keyword to bring into the game. Extra thing to think about in deck construction. Love it, love it, love it. 2 lore pips, and what you give is what you get. While this character is exerted and you have no cards in your hand, your opponent can't play actions. I don't think it's great. Actions are, there's some good actions. I think they're just like, there's going to be situations where they top an action, like they have a bad hand and they just top an action, like, oh, this is the worst time to see it. But I think a lot of the time, I think you're going to be okay. This definitely works well in steel with Beast Mirror, which obviously wants to be at no hands so that it can draw. So yeah, like you can. Obviously, you want to still have no cards in your hand when it goes over to your opponent's turn, but Beast Mirror in general, that style of deck wants to lower its hand size. And you've got things like Ransack that can lower your hand size as well, so it's quite reasonable to, you know, draw a card for the beginning of your turn, ink it or play it. Quite easy to then go Beast Mirror, draw into something, and then, okay, now I either ink this if I didn't ink my last card, or play this if I inked my last card. There's a slight risk there of you playing a card and then drawing an uninkable that you don't have the cost to play, but still, I think this will be annoying and you'll get this off a lot. 2 lore pips, yeah, definitely a very interesting one to bring into the game. And now we've got our Floodborn characters. First off, the Queen, Commanding Presence. 5/5, love this artwork. Massive appreciation. She's a 4/3, shift 2. You can pay 2 to play this on top of one of your characters named the Queen. Which I think we only have 1, which is another 5 cost, but who knows if we get more. And we've got 2 lore pips, and Who is the Fairest? Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character gets -4 strength this turn, and chosen character gets +4 strength this turn. So that's really cool. Obviously, you've got to have another, like, to get full value from this, you need to have another character on your board, because you need to quest the Queen, so questing and then adding to her strength isn't massively important unless you're playing with a colour that has things like the LeFou that can ready you back up, then that's viable. But by and large, really, you want to have this down with something else, and yeah, like cheesy. So yeah, big fan of the Commanding Presence Queen. Next up, we got Cinderella, Stout-Hearted, 7-cost inkable, Floodborn Hero Princess Knight, another 5/5, shift 5. You can pay 5 to play this on top of one of your characters named Cinderella. We don't have a lot of Cinderellas. I think it was only 1 from the previous set, the Amber one, that you can exert her to heal damage from princesses. I think that's the only Cinderella we have. I imagine we'll get more in this set though. But yeah, great artwork on this, great theming, Princess Knight, and yeah, she's got resist 2. Damage dealt to this character is reduced by 2, so you know, she's already got that 5, which is going to be quite common to hit, but now you need to be hitting 7, like in one shot. And if you're doing chip damage, you can't really do. That's another good thing about this resist ability. It really it's gonna put some aggro decks are really gonna hate it, because they're just gonna take nothing from their low damage characters. Obviously that's not that they most of the time want to be questing anyway, but still worth bringing up. So yeah, big fan of the Cinderella. 3 lore pips, and the ability, the Singing Sword. Whenever you play a song, this character may challenge ready characters this turn. Mind blown, absolutely mind blown. And does that mean that this thing can? I think you still have to find a way of re-readying it. This is one that's going to end up being misinterpreted, I think, because the way I would read this is its ink still needs to be dry. I would have guessed, although I bet there will be people that say, well, no, it just says if you play a song, then you can challenge ready characters, which I can see the argument for. I imagine the ink still needs to be dry, but TBC, to be confirmed. And I would also still assume that you've got Cinderella down, your ink is dry, you play your song, and then you can challenge into a ready character. That still exerts you, and I think even if you then play another song, you still need to find a way of readying yourself again to be able to challenge another ready character. I would assume that's how this card works. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. But that's how I would read this. But I imagine this is going to be misinterpreted. Maybe I've just misinterpreted it. Who knows? But yeah, very powerful. Next up, we've got Gaston, intellectual powerhouse. My man. My man, putting all the naysayers to rest. 6 cost, uninkable, 4/4. The only Gaston we have is in red. You could pay 4 to play this on top of your character's name, Gaston. So I've got to assume we're getting a Gaston in blue. Another one from this set. 3 lore pips, love it. And developed brain. Love it. I love that reference to a very common Sapphire card, develop your brain. When you play this character, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put 1 into your hand and put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. Yeah, really strong. Being an uninkable, I'm not sure how much play it sees, but it is 3 lore pips. And if we get a good mini Gaston that we can shift onto, then who knows? Because yeah, it is still card draw, and it's tutored card draw. At least tutored from the first 3 cards in your deck. And then information. So yeah, I like this. I'm a big fan. And look at this art. So cool. And next up, we've got Belle, a hidden archer. Floodborn hero princess. 5 cost uninkable. 3/3 with 3 lore pips. So love this artwork on her. And look at the rose heads in the quiver. Absolutely fantastic. So attached to the arrows, obviously. But yeah, we can shift 3 to play it on top of another character named Belle. At the moment, our Bells are in blue exclusively, but I'm sure there will be a mini Belle in this set if we're getting this. And then we've got the Thorny Arrows ability. Whenever this character is challenged, the challenging character's player discards all cards in their hand. Make sure you've got removal if you're up against green. That's all I'm saying. This is insane. That's insane. It really is. And imagine playing this with John Silver or The Beast Is Mine. Oh, wow. Yeah, is this the star card of the set? This, depending on if I've misinterpreted this wrong, and you can just keep challenging, without waiting for your ink to dry or, even while being exerted, then this is probably the star card of the set. I don't think that's what it is. But this is so good. So, yeah, so many great cards already revealed. So much great product to look forward to. I'm excited. Are you excited? I bet you are if you've watched this far. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts about what I've brought up a few questions to do with some of these cards. Mostly Cinderella. Let me know what you think about that and how that's going to end up being. What's the solid rule going to be on that? What's your favourite card from the set so far? What are you most excited for? What are you hoping to get out of this set? I'll hear all about it in the comments. If you're brand new to the channel, thank you very much for watching the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe for more Lorcana content. We'll see you very soon.